Snapchat science. Now today what we want to look at is homeostasis, and we want to look at how body temperature is controlled. Now, by the end of this video, hopefully we're able to, one, describe how temperature is monitored in the body. We then want to go on to explain how sweating cools down the body temperature. And then after that, we want to go on to apply our knowledge on homeostasis to changes in the body during exercise. So let's get right into it. Now, before we look at how temperature is controlled, let's recap on that key term, homeostasis. Now, don't forget, we said homeostasis is keeping the internal environment constant. We want to keep internal conditions stable. Now, what do we mean by those internal conditions? We mean, for one, body temperature. Then we want to go on to look at blood glucose levels, okay? Water, mineral ions levels, and waste products, okay? So, let's look at what this actually means in terms of temperature. Now, the first thing we want to know is, in the body, your temperature and the body temperature is monitored by a place in the brain that you need to know about. This place is known as the thermoregulatory center. Now, this thermoregulatory center essentially detects warm blood. It detects spikes in the blood temperature, okay? Now, we also have temperature receptors on our skin, okay? And these temperature sensors on our skin, what they do is they detect heat changes and temperature changes, and they actually send a signal to the brain, okay? Now, let's look at how these temperature sensors actually send signals to the brain, okay? The receptors, thinking back to B1 now, detect signals, okay? This could be due to a hot or cold environment, okay? The temperature sensors then send a signal via electrical impulses, okay, to the brain, and the brain coordinates a response. And this response is either to bring up the body temperature or bring it down. Don't forget, we want to keep that body temperature constant, okay? Now, the brain does this either by using hormones or by using effectors, and these effectors could be muscles or glands, okay? So let's look at how it actually affects us. Now, on a really cold day, okay, the first thing that would happen is the hairs on your skin, okay, will stand on end. And this is because the hair muscles actually pull the hairs up. And as you can see, the reason why the hair is up is it traps a layer of air. And this layer of air acts as an insulator, okay? The next thing that will happen is, if you was sweating, you would stop sweating. And this is because sweating cools down the body. So your body would stop you from sweating if it gets too cold, okay? A really important key fact, and a new keyword we're gonna look at, is a word called vasoconstriction, you see there in red. Now, vasoconstriction is when the capillaries, which are flowing in your skin, or just next to your skin, okay, they actually constrict. So the size of their lumen actually gets smaller. And this is to reduce blood flow. And the reason why that happens is, the less blood that flows nearer to the surface of your skin, the less heat that is lost, okay? Now, the last thing that would happen is your muscles would shiver. And the reason why we shiver when we get cold is shivering requires energy. Energy is produced from respiration. So that energy from respiration also produces heat. So the heat that you get from shivering, okay, heats up and warms up your body temperature. Now let's look at the opposite now. What happens if you get too hot, okay? Now if you get too hot, the opposite happens now. So the hair muscles relax, and therefore the hair lies flat on your skin. Don't forget, the hair traps a layer of air. So if you're too hot, you don't want that insulating layer of air, okay? The next thing that will happen is, your sweat glands actually start to secrete and produce sweat. Now, with sweat, it's really important. As you sweat, okay, the sweat evaporates. Now, the process of evaporation actually requires energy. So if you're losing energy from the skin via evaporation, you're actually losing body heat, okay? So it's getting rid of that high temperature that you've got, okay? And the opposite to what we looked at before, we previously looked at vasoconstriction. If you get too hot, your capillaries do something known as vasodilation. For something to dilate, it opens or it widens. So what happens is, the blood vessels supplying your capillaries actually dilate or widen. And what that means is that more blood flows to the surface of the skin. Because more blood is now flowing to the surface of the skin, it means that more blood is able to be lost via the skin via radiation. That's a really key point for your exam, okay? So there's two key points that we need to focus on: vasodilation and vasoconstriction. So as we said, vasoconstriction is when the blood vessels constrict, so they get smaller. Therefore, there's less blood flowing through the capillaries at the surface of your skin, and therefore less heat is lost, okay? However, if we look at the opposite, so vasodilation, when you get too hot, okay, your blood vessels do a process known as vasodilation. The blood vessels widen, and therefore the capillaries around your skin, okay, are supplied with more blood, and therefore more heat is able to be lost by the surface of the skin by radiation. Okay, so hopefully now by the end of this video you're able to, one, describe how temperature is monitored in the body. We then want to go on to explain how sweating cools down the body temperature, and we want to apply our knowledge on homeostasis to changes in the body during exercise. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and revise. Mr. Ashodi signing out.